pissing, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like pissing, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shade for the championship. Fucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy, then you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Yeah, running like this, and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this, and I'm a who that. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
I was told last night they like the quarterback out of Louisville.
Tyler Shough, look, I think
now he's 25.
He's still a guy who will be a 2-contract quarterback. He'll play 10, 15 years in the NFL. All the medical checks that he has had, because that's the other thing that people worry about. Yeah. The injuries that he had, like he broke his collarbone twice running the football, got hit right on it, had someone roll on his ankle, fracture his lower leg. Those are things that can happen to any quarter. You can't prevent that. So he's not injury prone. But I will tell you this: what he is maybe the most throw, most talented thrower in this draft. Is what he is. He can throw the football right alongside Milroe, Cam, Shador, Jaxson, all of them. You just haven't heard about him. Yeah. And he's been tutored by Jeff and Brian Brom down there in Louisville. There aren't any better quarterback tutors in college football. Wherever he goes, just remember that name. Remember Tyler Shough's name. He is going to surprise the entire NFL in 2025.
He's got to spell his...
All right. Shout out to the fam. Welcome. Now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fam. Shout out to Louis Riddick. This was done 8 months ago. Him talking about Tyler Shough. And like I said, you studied the film on Tyler Shough. His 1 year at Louisville, 7 years in college, multiple injuries. I think the biggest criticism outside of people talking about how often he was injured was the fact that he had a small amount of film, not one season, right? That he led the Louisville team, huge gamble. His age was a risk. And these are things they look for, in terms of age, injury, limited amount of film, all set off yellow and red flags. But that did not stop Kellen Moore and the Saints from taking this fellow. And he's extremely mature. We knew that he has a strong arm and athletic ability. We knew that he was smart. 26 years old. He's incredibly mature, can decipher the game. And I'm glad that it was a gamble. But obviously, when you gamble, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This time we won, man, to get Kellen. We knew he was a strong quarterback. And he should be considered, man, to be the NFL Rookie of the Year. So we're going to talk about that in this broadcast. We're also going to go over some of what people are saying about what we affectionately call Shuck Norris, Shuck Mangione, Shuck Barkley, all of that, man. Shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. All that beautiful stuff, man, as the Saints have a 4-game winning streak and are kicking the literal butts of these people. Of course, we face the Titans and the Jets. These people are not complete teams, but nonetheless, finishing strong is all we want to do. Win 5 straight, finish strong, and build forward into the season. So anyway, let's kind of talk about this, man. Right? I guess we could talk about the Shough thing while we still up on it, man, because to be considered for the Rookie of the Year situation for Tyler Shough, as you can see, there are some front runners. Ted McMillan, the fantastic wide receiver from the Carolina Panthers, has over 900 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Right now, they look at him as being the front runner for the Rookie of the Year award. Also, you see Tyler Shough is there, over 2,100 yards, 9 touchdowns against 5 interceptions. Mecca from wide receiver from the Buccaneers has had a pretty solid year, 930 catches for 6 touchdowns. Ashton Genty, he's trying to get 1,000 yards. He's at 888, 5 touchdowns, 339 receiving yards, and 5 receiving touchdowns for Genty. And of course, you look at some of the that's defensive of the year candidates, but we're more concerned about the offensive side of it. So Shough's numbers are very good. 21-25, 9 touchdowns, 5 picks, 48.3 QBR, and he's just doing what he do. You can see his rating right there, 82.0 rating in the game for the Saints and on the season right now, regular season numbers. He has a 92.1 rating altogether, and he's completed almost 68% of his passes. He is 5-3 as a starter, rookie starting quarterback, 5-3, which is really respectable to see what he's doing. In comparison to other young quarterbacks, how is he doing, man? Fantastic numbers. You can see right here, Jaxson Dart, a guy that went in the first round, 25th overall. Tyler was 40th pick in the second round, but Jaxson Dart was a guy that they were looking at over 2,000 yards, 13 touchdowns against 5 interceptions, 58.1 on the QB rating, which is 15th in the NFL. So we got some fantastic young quarterbacks doing things. We just seen this guy, Cam Ward, who's the #1 quarterback picked in last year's draft, over 3,100 yards, 15 touchdowns against just 7 picks. You see his QBR is 32.1. But overall, his regular season rating is 79.8. He completed less than 60% of his passes. So that's something else. Jaxson Dart, by contrast as well, completed 63.2% of his passes. So Tyler Shough's doing a lot of fantastic stuff. These are some of the top quarterbacks, rather, that we are contrasting. But like you're saying, like we said, and you heard what Louis Riddick said, Shough is doing a very positive thing. But people see him in some rankings. People see him as the leader in the position, right? And a big game from the Atlanta Falcons most certainly will catapult it. I think Kellen Moore is trying to do that. I think Kellen Moore is attempting to get Tyler Shough in position to be that offensive rookie of the year, because this is a player that he believed in, he took. And, there was a lot of people saying that, it wouldn't work out, but it has worked out, and it would be super positive if Tyler Shough could finish the season strong. And ultimately what that could incur is the offensive rookie of the year, which would be even more awesome for the Saints to have. And I don't remember the last time. Is that Archie Manning family? I might have to look that up right now. Give me a second, fam. Let me look that up. Let me look that up, man. Hold on here. Let me look that up and see when was the last time the Saints had a quarterback to win Rookie of the Year. Maybe Archie Manning. There's probably some Archie Manning stuff. Let me hold on. Give me a second, fam. All right, let me take, so I'm looking it up. And the answer is the New Orleans Saints have never had a quarterback win the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award. Though, Tyler Shough is making a strong case this year. That'll put him in contention along with guys, some of the key guys we just talked about. But there's no previous Saint QB franchise has not had a quarterback to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year ever. So this could be a first of many things that we've seen from Tyler Shough as of right now. Hold on, fam. Let me look something up too. All right. I'm just checking out some, fam. I just had something popped up in my head. I'm going to do some quick research on it to see what it is. But, man, shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all being in the stream. Y'all do me a service by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. We up in here on the Tuesday broadcast. That's right, Tuesday broadcast. First and foremost, I just give a shout out to our YouTube members and our Patreon champions. Shout out to you guys. There is content that's coming up. The TSC Patreon film work for the Saints and Titans is up right now for your pleasure. The first NFL mock draft that I've done, a really good one, just breaking down the contracts, who stays, who goes, looking at a bunch of stuff and also doing the mock. It's an extended show that is also available for you guys only for our Patreon and YouTube membership family. And coming up for our Patreon family tonight, we'll have a new episode of On Cue with Big Q, talking about a couple of things, man, that we're talking about for On Cue with Big Q. Weather modification, we got a report. We'll be talking about that, as well as Tupac's murder case. We'll be mentioning that as well, and talking about the man that's charged in the Tupac murder case. Keefy D has some information. We're going to cover that on the latest episode of On Cue with Big Q. That's our new show, only available on Patreon. So we getting back into that, covering all the latest, man. We're going to have reports happening every week from this point forward, man. So going into the new year, we doing it big. But anyway, back to Tyler Shough and the Saints. Y'all hit that like button. Now, I asked the question, what are the records that Tyler Shough has broken as a Saints quarterback thus far? So he's broken several records. And let's just put this on point blast about Tyler Shough and what he's done, right? Let's just get that out there, man. Tyler Shough is definitely something. It's no longer, people can deny what the Shough-inator is. And he's doing stuff that you haven't ever seen guys do. Like this, as the New Orleans Saints rookie QB in late 2025, Tyler Shough has broken several franchise records, including the most passing yards, touchdowns, and wins for a rookie, surpassing legends Archie Manning and Spencer Rattler, while also becoming Spencer's not a legend, but Archie is, while also becoming the first Saints rookie with multiple 300-plus yard games and leading the team to multiple game-winning drives. Shough is special. Now, here's a couple of them. Key records broken by Shough as of late December 2025. Most passing yards by a Saints rookie. Shough now holds the top 3 single-game passing yard performance for a Saints rookie and setting new franchise highs. Most passing touchdowns by a Saints rookie. He surpassed Archie Manning's long-standing record for rookie passing touchdowns in the season. Most wins by a Saints rookie QB. Shough broke Archie Manning's record for wins by a rookie quarterback in team history. Multiple 300-yard passing games, became the first Saints rookie QB with multiple 300-yard passing games in the season, and game-winning drives. He led the team to game-winning drives in consecutive weeks, a feat last achieved by Drew Brees. So you have this kid, this young guy, not a kid, but this young man, 26 years old, that has broken records that have been long-standing and is now being compared in terms of the record books to Archie Manning and Drew Brees. That's a good start for your career, to be honest with you. Can we say that much? Wow. Shout out to the Shough-inator. Shough's impressive performance in the latter half of this year, including a career-high 333 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Titans, cemented his place in Saints history and made him a strong case for the offensive rookie of the year. Best believe that regardless of what happens for the rest of this season, we got 1 game left against the Atlanta Falcons. You best to believe that Kellen Moore is going to be going all out and throwing that ball against this team. I wouldn't be surprised if Shough come up out of that game with 400-yard passing against the Atlanta Falcons. He's going to be slinging that thing because I know he wants his quarterback to capture that offensive rookie of the year. That would be phenomenal for the Shough-inator. So you can't deny it. The man doing some real positive stuff, man. And you just love it. Now it kind of gives you a position now moving into the season where you know what you need to do, right? Knowing what you need to do as a team and what you need to build around when it comes down to Tyler Shough, right? We know what we got to do. So as Shough is the focus of the team now, man, you can look at it for the 2026 draft. You can look at certain needs the team could build around, like starting with focusing heavily on the offensive line, especially at the guard position, adding explosive wide receivers, bolstering the edge rush, front seven, linebacker, edge rusher, improving the secondary at cornerback safety, and aiming to find foundational pieces to complement their QB and address aging stars like Cam Jordan and Demario Davis. Some of the offensive needs, and we did touch on a little of this. I won't go into in depth of it because you can watch the mock draft show. I break all this down. Offensive line, which is guard and center, wide receiver, dynamic pass catcher to support the offense, running back, finding another young running back to kind of put the core together, edge rusher, linebacker, cornerback, safety. And we're going into the prospects. We do a mock draft. We cover it all. So you can check out the Patreon special or the YouTube membership thing for that. And we keep this thing twisting and turning, man. All right, let's jump into the next realm of it. Here's what experts and the supporters are saying about Saints QB Tyler Shough following the Titans win. Shout out to NOLA.com for the article. Saints rookie quarterback Tyler Shough rallied his team to another victory after trailing at halftime to the Titans on Sunday in Nashville. The Saints 6-10 won their fourth straight game, 34-26 over the Titans, in which Shough outdued fellow rookie quarterback Cam Ward. Shough completed 22 of 27 for 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, with both of his touchdown passes coming in the second half. Shough's passing yardage total was a new career high, and it was in the second week in a row that he's thrown for 300 yards. Former Saint wide receiver Michael Thomas took notice of Shough's recent success and posting on X that Shough is dealing. Now, Shough was making his 8th career NFL start on Sunday against the Titans and now sports a 5-3 record. He's among the top favorites to win the NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year. WDSU's Fletcher Mackel posted a GIF on X with the caption, quote, "It's happening, isn't it?" End quote, in reference to Shough winning an award. Former Atlanta Hawks quarterback Matt Ryan praised Shough after the Saints Week 17 went on CBS, saying, quote, "Shough has come in and provided a spark for the Saints. I think they found their guy moving forward," end quote. PFF highlighted Shough's second half stat against the Titans, which saw him complete 12 of 16 passes for 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, and had a rating of 156.3. That's insane. Jimmy on X pointed out on how Shough managed to still have the success despite the Saints having a short-handed skill group. This is true, saying that Shough is winning football games with skill position players that wouldn't see the field until the fourth quarter of a preseason game. Dan Katz, known as Big Cat at Barstool, also became a believer in the Louisville product, saying Sunday's game, Tyler Shough is special. You're not kidding. Saints will look to win the 5th straight game against the Falcons with Shough under center next week, and this is the final of the game. So Shough is definitely mature for a rookie. He's 26 years old, man, 7 years in college, and we just love what he's doing, and we're winning here. And the Saints got a nice one against a team in Atlanta that won 3 straight. Saints have won four in a row, and it's lining up for a season finale game between the Falcons. It's going to be really nice watching that one. All right, back another one I got for y'all. 3 things we learned as the Saints beat the Titans for their 4th straight win. Rod Walker penned this article. The Saints have won their 4th straight game Sunday, beating the Tennessee Titans 34-26 at Nissan Stadium. The Saints improved to 6-10. 3 things we learned in this. Shough and awe. That's a new one. Shough and awe, right? Forget the records and how rough the season started. If you're a football supporter in New Orleans or Nashville, that matter, you have plenty of reason to be optimistic about the future. The 2 rookie quarterbacks in Nissan Stadium showed once again that teams have found their leaders. Tyler Shough had another stellar game, beat #1 overall pick Cam Ward. Shough completed 22 of 27 for a career best 333 and 2 touchdowns, 5-3 as a starter, has back-to-back 300 games. Even more impressive is Shough is doing it with plenty of backup weapons, a makeshift offensive line. I said it in the place before, and I'll say it again. The Saints have their guy. No disagreement at all. The Saints definitely have their guy. The interesting part is when you look at the film, he's developing and changing on the film, right? If you go and look on the film, it's not just Tyler Shough that's improving, it's everybody around Tyler Shough. The backup offensive linemen, the wide receivers, everybody's doing their job better. The light has went on. You see guys shedding off defensive linemen, going to the second level, blocking linebackers. You're starting to see a lot of that now. You start really seeing and witnessing a lot of positive things from all over the field. The Saints defense has improved. The tackling has improved. The catching, Jawan Johnson has went to a nuclear level. The last 4 games from Jawan Johnson has been extraordinary. He's broken career highs on catches and receiving yards. Chris Olave has exploded. He's not dropping the ball. He's catching the ball. He's making the runs. They're attacking vertically. Early in the year, you didn't see a lot of that. When Shough first started, they weren't attacking the vertical. It was like an east to west stuff that was going on. So Kellen Moore has improved as well. They've improved as well. Everybody's improved. That's why the team is winning. The stuff that didn't work, they threw it out. The stuff that did work, they're sticking to it. You can see the communication. You can see Tyler Shough having an understanding of what's going on with the Saints offense. That wasn't the case early on. Now it's like plays, like it's like Kellen Moore and the offensive coordinator going to Tyler Shough and say, hey, man, what do you want and what do you want to do and what plays you don't like to do? And he's like, well, we want to do this, that, and the third. You could tell because he's really comfortable running the plays that you see. He's seeing the field better. He's using the pump. He's even using the pump fake now. We showed that, distributed that and showed that on the tape today. So it was a lot of stuff that was very positive that we seen from them on tape. On tape, you could see it. You can see players not being told to do things and doing them in a positive manner, switching from, like we seen Evan Hall, who actually this was that Audric Estime did the same thing. Evan Hall, who's the 3rd string running back, 5th string running back we have, who was positioned in a shotgun to the left of Tyler Shough, seeing a blitzing linebacker lining up to come at him, shifted without being told to the right side and picked up the blitzing player, blocking him out to allow Tyler Shough to step in the pocket and deliver a completion. Stuff that you usually wouldn't have not seen before. Like you've seen guys running, missing blocks, doing this kind of stuff. Matabo was really on tape this game, caught passes, was doing a wonderful job of blocking. It was one block that he missed or something, but overall, Matavo was lined up like a fullback. He was blocking for him. He was catching the ball, doing wonderful things. The Saints even short on tight end. They lost Jack Stahl, who's done for the rest of the season. The guy rolled up on him. They brought in Asim Richards as an extra guy, and Asim Richards was in there helping out. So the Saints using their players who they have remaining to be able to make an impact, but everybody's playing better. We've seen better special teams play from our kicker. Blake Grupe is out of here. I think he's with the Jets or wherever. He's doing well with them. Congratulations. But Charlie Smith, who the Saints signed on a 3-year deal, just less than $3 million to be the kicker of the future, missed the 40-something yarder, but the guy hit multiple 50-yard field goals. So you got a stud there. Kai Kroger, not so much. But anyway, the bottom line is it's a lot of positive stuff happening around Tyler Shough that's making Shough look good. He's seeing the field. You've seen Kevin Austin Jr., who he has a rapport with, catching the ball with his hands, blocking upfield, breaking tackles, Audric Estime breaking tackles, turning, twisting, and running behind a makeshift line that actually is blocking better than the starters were. So, they've played enough games to realize what the team wants. So guys like Luke Fortner, Audric Estime, Chris Rump II, and men like that been playing in the games, whatever the case, need to be looked at to have contract extensions going forward. Luke Fortner really surprised me to be a quality backup for Eric McCoy, who missed 20-something games over the last 4 years. We're going to need that security once again, just in case. And of course, like I said, there was a lot of positive stuff that I've seen just besides Shough. Shough is just like the cherry on top of a beautiful black and gold Sunday. Anyway, let's keep it moving. All right, stepping up. Props to the Saints who stepped up in time of need. You always hear teams talking about the next man up mentality. And boy, did the Saints show that Sunday. Kevin Austin caught his first NFL touchdown, putting the Saints ahead 27-26 in the fourth quarter. Austin finished the day with 4 catches for 52 yards, stepping in for a team that was without injured receiver Mason Tipton, Devon Valley. The Saints backfield is without AK-41 and Kendre Miller, along with Devin Neal. but Audric Estime stepped up. He finished 14 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown. Not bad for a back signed to the practice squad a couple of months ago, right? Saints getting real value off that practice squad. When you talk about Charlie Smith, you talk about Audric Estime, you talk about Kevin, when you talk about, what's my boy name? Good grief. Kevin Austin Jr. That's what I was thinking. Kevin Austin Jr. Just stepping up, guys, stepping up. Dante Pettis, despite the fumble through into the end zone, he had several plays catching the ball and helping moving the offense. So a lot of positive starting on. Matavo's doing better in that lineup as well. And finally, the no quit. The last time the Saints won 4 games in a row, they had a guy named Drew Brees playing quarterback. That year was 2020. We talked about that on the previous stream. Matter of fact, the recap stream, we talked about that. Look that up. That 2020, the Saints haven't been to the playoffs since. The 2025 Saints won't make the postseason, but it's pretty significant turnaround considering the Saints started the season 1-8. Kellen Moore kept things together, and the Saints have gone on an impressive run. They have a chance to finish the season on a 5-game winning streak and get to 7 wins. That would mean a road win over the rival Atlanta Falcons for a 9-playoff team. But I'm sure if you couldn't ask for a better finish than that. We swept the Panthers, split with the Buccaneers, and we have business left to go. We had an ugly loss against the Atlanta Falcons early on. This was a different Saint team that we'll be lining up against. The Atlanta Falcons beat the Rams on Monday night. They're feeling pretty good. They have 3 straight wins themselves. And we are not looking to be swept by the Falcons. That rarely happens. I think the last time that happened was in 2005 or something like that, the Katrina year. But we don't get swept by these 2 people. And if you're Kellen Moore and Tyler Shough, you want to play your ass off. I know that Demario Davis and Cam Jordan is going to be telling there, man, we can't get swept by no Falcons. We got to handle up. We got to handle the business, bottom line, right? So, and I'm not going to get into the Falcon. We'll do that tomorrow on the Wednesday stream where we'll do the keys of victory. We'll go over all this other stuff for the Falcons win. But anyway, shout out to Rod Walker, who penned a really good article. And this is also very positive. Like I said, Tyler Shough, in my opinion, should get that Rookie of the Year honor. And we know that Kellen Moore is going to try in this game against the Falcons to light them up for a bunch of yards to kind of push this thing into a high drive. So, man, it's pretty cool, man, watching it. And just, man, it's just cool watching the Saints do this. And like I said, we'll be approaching the draft with Shough in mind, building up the offensive line, getting pass rushers, adding some wide receiver help, and just adding everything to the Saints offense to keep this going. You can see they gathered an identity playing behind Tyler Shough. This is a vertical team that can attack downfield. We'll see if Elvin Kamara plays. Maybe Kamara they're keeping him active for a reason, and he's been out for a while, but perhaps that he might be available for the Atlanta season finale. We'll see what it is, what it looks for. It's the reason why the Saints didn't shelve him and put him on the IR list. And they might be trying to save him for the Atlanta game. Hell, we'll see what happens later on this week where we get the final report on Friday to see whether he's in or out. But regardless of what happened, the Saints are finding ways to move the ball, whether it's Audric Estime, whether it's Taysom Hill, whether it's Tyler Shough on RPO rollout plays, or screens, tight end screens, wide receiver screens, whatever the case may be. The Saints are finding a way to create balance in the offense and move the football, which is a positive, right? That's a positive. So anyway, that's all I got for y'all today on this Tuesday special. Shout out to the Patreon and YouTube membership family. If y'all want to join that, look in the description section below and join up to our Patreon, join up to our YouTube membership channel. Remember, it helps. It helps to build a platform moving forward. It helps to continue to develop things as we continue to evolve and build forward, man. We got a lot of positive stuff going on, as y'all can see. I'm always reinventing and moving and doing different things. Like I said, tomorrow we'll have the big On Q with Big Q reports. We'll cover some interesting news that's only for our Patreon membership family. So it's value for both, whether you're YouTube or Patreon or both. Regardless or not, we appreciate your support. You can feel free to check that out. The link's in the description section below. on that. So with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Shout out to all of you guys. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and feel free to share the show on social media feed. If you're listening via X, please retweet, and then retweet again. With that being said, I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one. Much love, peace, and Who Dat Tell.
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. I'm a Who Dat. Long as I'm living, I'm a Who Dat. Lose or winning, I'm a Who Dat. Sports coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. I'm a Who Dat. Sports coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on Tampa, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy, then you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Yeah, brother like this, and I'm a Who Dat. Every day I'm living, I'm a Who Dat. Lose or winning, I'm a Who Dat. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a Who Dat. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jaxson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with the WhoDatDaily.com, your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit the WhoDatDaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.